and welcome to this week's vlog. It's Wednesday. I'm in the living room again. We're currently having a really good heat wave here in the UK and I am boiling, and this seems to be the only room in the flat that is cool. So you'll probably see a lot of undecorated walls. So Wednesday. I haven't read all week, but I don't mind. Because I'm planning on reading a book that I haven't heard the best things about, but I know I can probably knock out in 3 nights. And that book is The Murder Game by Tom Hindle. Sophie actually read this and she was like, yeah, it wasn't that good. And I've seen quite a few more bookstagrammers and booktubers who read thrillers who have said the same thing. Yes, I'm gonna be honest, for me, it's reading it seems like the blurb. It's synopsis even, Michelle. It seems like a generic pie themed crime thriller book. So one house, 9 guests, endless motives for murder. Guests assemble at Hamlet Hall for a New Year's Eve party to remember. They are to take part in a murder mystery game with a 1920s twist, and everyone has their own part to play. But the evening has barely begun when one guest is found dead, killed by a fatal injury to the head. Rhyming. Someone is playing by their own rules, and in a close-knit community, old rivalries run deep. So it seems like every pie-themed thriller book. But I'm going unbiased. I'm with a nice clear head. So it is 373 pages. So my plan is to read 125 pages at least every day, and then get it finished on Friday. If I read more, I read more. And then I plan to read another book this week, well, on the weekend. Just not sure what, because the Rugby World Cup starts Friday night and all the matches are after work, and I will watch every match that I can. So, of course, supporting Ireland in what is called the Group of Death for this this World Cup. So, yeah, that's the only update I have for now. But also on Saturday, there's 4 matches, and I need to try and film my August wrap up. So that'll be fun. But yeah, I'm gonna go start reading, well, after tea. And I'll probably update you tomorrow with where I get to, unless I finish it tonight and it's a one-night book. But let's see. Hello, Thursday evening. It's like 25 to 11. 25 to 11, I'll be in bed. I've just finished The Murder Game. 2 stars. As I said, when I read this vlog, it sounded like every other mystery, like murder, pie, thriller book. And when I was reading it, genuinely in my head, I was like, there is far too many characters. Of course, that's going to happen next. Of course, this happened. There were revelations where I was like, yes, saw that coming. They were just, it was too obvious a book, like plot-wise. But I'm not gonna lie, is the reason I give it 2 stars is for the character Lily, and Will. The characters of Lily and Will as well, I'll say. Because you had this build-up, but there was every chapter, it seemed like there was an obvious revelation, and I get it, it's a small village, But it was, everyone knew everyone's secrets, but then no one knew about this, no one knew about that. And you were just like, but how can everyone know everyone's business, but not know that? Slight spoiler, I'll say a child's killed in the past was related to two characters. Yeah. Yeah. I don't want to say I've been put off by this author again, because he is local. He grew up in the next town over, Leeds. And if I can, I try and read local authors as and when I find them. But I'm not gonna run to Waterstones or Amazon to buy another one of his books, let's say. But yeah, 2 books down for the read though. What will I pick up next? I genuinely don't know. Yeah. But that is book 53 of the year end. So if my reading plans continue this month, technically by finishing all the books on my plan TBR or reading 7 more books, even if it's like just what books out, I will have reached my year goal by the end of September, which I will be happy about. Yeah. I am already thinking about next year's, and I am definitely buying myself a book to make my own reading journal. Because hopefully, well, definitely, this living room will be decorated by next year. And it'll be nice to do some scenes in my desk, because that will be opposite side, like there, of me. Do my reading journal, updating it for you guys, because I'm having the ideas. But yeah, I need to go get ready for work. I'm gonna go now and get ready for bed. Yeah, brush my face and do my skincare. But there is a spider right behind my toilet. It's been there all night. Well, I spotted it last night, but it was as I was going to bed. Thought I'd get it in the morning, it disappeared, and now it's back again. And I'm just like, yeah, I haven't got anything small enough to get behind there to catch it. Yeah, tangent. And so I'll update you tomorrow with what I start, and then that will be my weekend book. Yeah, and then somehow find time to film my wrap up for August. Hello, back in the undecorated living room and the messy desk that we ignore. It's Saturday. I didn't read yesterday, thoroughly needed, because I was so hot and tired. But anyway, it's Saturday, 2:20, and I have read 74 pages of Magnus Chase and The Sword of Summer by Rick Riordan. This is his Norse mythology based trilogy. I don't know why I said it like that. Following Magnus Chase. I'd heard that there was some surprise cameos by some characters from the Percy Jackson world, and we've had our first one, but it's not obvious it's a Percy Jackson character. So if you read this book first without reading the Percy Jackson books, you wouldn't have a clue who that character was. But I read their name and was like, and then the connection, and I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting. If you've read the books, you'll know who I'm on about. Complete honesty, I don't know much about Norse mythology apart from what I know from the Marvel Universe. It's never been a mythology that I've been interested in getting to know more about. I was definitely more of a Greek mythology girl, with a bit of Egyptian thrown in there. But because I love Percy Jackson so much, and I've read the first book in the Kane Chronicles, I just never carried that trilogy on. I thought I would give Magnus a try, and actually one of my friends got me it for my birthday or Christmas 2 years ago, I believe. So yeah, what are my thoughts so far? I'm very confused how on this, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how else to say it. Minor, well, I don't know if it's a minor spoiler or a major spoiler, but spoiler. Our main character dies, and I think we follow their life after death, in Valhalla. So I don't. Yeah, I'm really confused. Yeah, like I said, it's never been an interest of mine, so I'm just kind of like, oh, okay. Yeah, and I don't know if I'm confused because obviously I don't know much about Norse mythology, so I'm not like, oh yeah, I know how this. In my head, I'm just like, but you've died. I don't get. Do you just spend this entire time in Valhalla? But then I've obviously been spoiled for some of the scenes in later books, but there's interactions with characters who are very much alive. So I'm really confused. Yeah, it's 500 pages, so my aim is to read 250 today, 250 tomorrow, especially with the rugby, which Ireland's match starts in 5, so I need to hurry up with this update. So there's rugby all day today, start at 12. And then tomorrow's D&D. Again, there is rugby after D&D, so it might be a bit of a stretch to fit 250 pages in each day, but that is my plan. And I also have the extra thing of having chipped a tooth. It's a back molar, so you can't obviously see it, but I've chipped like a corner of it, and touch wood, I wouldn't deal here. I'm not in any pain apart from the fact it's chipped the corner and it's just like sharp across my tooth, but not sharp enough to draw blood or anything. So I've got to contend with that when I'm eating, and I'm eating more on this side, but then I've already had 2 teeth removed, and yeah, so I'm dealing with that because I'm expecting sudden pain. But again, tangent, sorry. Yeah, so hopefully I will update you tonight, saying I read 250 pages, and I will have more thoughts and hopefully understand more about how this book works. But yeah, so I will go and watch my Boys in Green and update you tonight. Hello, Sunday morning. I've got about 15 minutes before I need to leave for D&D, but I thought I'd give you an update on Magnus. I'm 50% of the way through it. Not enjoying it as much as I thought I would. I think it's because I have no interest in Norse mythology, and there's a lot of information I'm trying to get my head around, and I'm just like, I'm not interested in this, so I'm not gonna really read the words properly, like the Norse words. So you may think, Michelle, why are you still reading then? Purely for the fact that the other books I have for this prompt are like over 600 pages, and this is 500 pages. I ain't got time to DNF this and try and shove another 600 page books plus somewhere on my TBR for me to have time, because I'm already slightly panicking about reading the other books left on my TBR, even though I don't need to. So yeah, we'll finish it today. Don't expect too high a rating, like it's probably going to be around the 3-star mark. There's nothing wrong with Rick's writing, when it's not talking about the Norse stuff. I'm loving it. It's just the Norse stuff where I'm like, okay, CBA. So yeah, gutted it's probably not going to be a series I continue from Rick, because like I've said many times, I love the Percy Jackson world. Rick is like an author, but I ain't got time to read books that I'm not interested in. So, but this, if you're into Norse mythology, you want to know more, this might be a good starting point. I don't know, but yeah, so that's my update for this morning. We'll finish it tonight, but yeah, So yeah, I'm gonna go and finish packing my bag and get on the bus to D&D, and I will update you tonight when I finished. Hi, Sunday evening, it's 8:30. I'm now 66% of the way through Magnus. I'm not enjoying it more than I was. So I have been reluctant to read more and finish it tonight. But what else is hindering me reading is that I have the start of a headache. And it may be a bad one because if I do suffer with migraines, but not a lot. Or not often, I should say, but when I do get them, they start there and travel that way, and I have one that's starting there, and I can just feel it, and I'm just like, I need to do what I need to do to not have a massive headache or migraine. So I will be finishing this in next week's vlog. Not the way I wanted to end this week, but I can't do anything else. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm shattered. I think you can maybe tell that my eyes are normally a little bit puffy, but they're puffier than normal, and I'm resisting the urge to sleep. Because I know if I sleep before 9, I'll be awake at like 4 in the morning, which won't be good when I start work at 8:30. Well, 8 I should say. Because it'll just get to lunch, not just drop off. So wrapping up this vlog, 1.5 books read. No August wrap up filmed like I'd wanted to. We'll try and get that filmed tomorrow or Tuesday and then upload at the end of next week. But yeah, not where I want to be at this moment in time with the readathon, but it's 2 out of 9 books down. Fingers crossed next week I can finish Magnus and then read 2 more books, and I'll be on track for where I want to be with this readathon. Because yeah, while I aim to have 9 books read this month, if I don't read 9 for 7 or 8, I'll be very happy with, especially with how work's going to be. Yeah, because work's just going to be work over the next month or 2. Yes, I'm going to go, and I will hopefully see you in the next video, which will be, well, I will see you in the next video, which hopefully should be, I should say, my August wrap up. But until that day, or that video, bye.